We are broadcasting from beautiful St. Augustine, Florida, the nation's oldest city, at WFOY 102.3 FM studios. Through the power of the Internet, this program is being streamed worldwide on 1023newsradio.com. That's 1023newsradio.com. The show will also be archived on FirstTitleServices.com and TitleCompany.com, as First Title and Escrow, Inc., a leading national title agency, are the sponsors of this program. Additionally, this show will be posted on YouTube.com. Our radio show mission statement: to provide an educational experience for listeners in a promotional format for real estate sales across the country. Good morning, you're on the air.
Good morning, Brad Thomas.
Well, Brad, thank you so much for calling, and you are a weekly caller, and I'm so excited to have you on the show because you are a unique skill set in the real estate business. Tell us who you are, what you do, and where you're from, sir.
Okay, well, today I am, again, driving in my car. So I'm in South Carolina today. I got in last night.
Okay.
I was in New York this week. I'll tell you a little bit about my meeting this week. But I work out of Atlanta with Bull Realty and in the capital market side of the commercial real estate business. So I work primarily with institutional investors and REITs, as well as private equity funds and high net worth investors, to help them in acquisitions and dispositions on a lot of properties, primarily single tenant net lease properties.
Well, you are the man as far as REITs, and I know I ask every week to say what a REIT is, because, again, we have the general public on this show listening and people that really don't know anything about it. So a quick summary, what the heck is a REIT?
Sure. A REIT is a real estate investment trust. REITs were formed in 1960 when established by Congress as part of the Cigar Act, which was during the Eisenhower administration. And so REITs have been around for over 5 decades. It's not a new asset class. What's interesting today is that you're seeing a lot of new REITs enter the sector, and a lot of new sectors that we've never seen before, like data storage and like life science. There's actually a prison REIT now, potentially gaming REIT. So what we're seeing today, Doug, is in the REIT world is basically anything that has a real estate function.
Right.
I'm looking at a billboard right now, and there's actually 2 companies, Lamar and CBS, who have announced they are considering converting to a REIT status. So you're seeing a lot of new space. So it gives the individual investor, access to practically any asset sector today.
Okay. So if they think that one particular sector might be going up, they could go to a REIT rather than one particular property. Is that it?
Yeah, that's right. I think what's really driven the companies today that are non-REITs to convert to a REIT is simply because it really boils down to the demand for income. And so a lot of companies today can see that the stocks are trading at pretty high multiples. I wouldn't say that REITs are extremely expensive today. I would say that they are fairly valued,
mm-hmm.
but they are fairly valued because investors enjoy that dividend income. REITs by law, Doug, are forced to pay out. One of the biggest tests for a REIT, or not a test, but actually a law, I should say, is that REITs are forced by law to pay out 90% of their taxable income in the form of dividends. So non-REITs don't do that. You invest in Colgate, Palmolive, or Coca-Cola, or any of these, Home Depot, any of these companies, they certainly pay out dividends, but they don't have to pay out dividends.
Got it.
And so with REITs, they have to pay out dividends. That's why they do pay out higher dividends than non-REITs, because of that forced component.
Got it. Now, you just returned from New York. You go up there, you have meetings, you have interviews, you write for several different companies. Tell us who you write for, first of all.
Sure. Well, I write for Seeking Alpha. That's kind of my daily grind.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I've been writing a lot with The Street, which is a lot of people may associate that with Jim Cramer, who obviously is very actively involved with the street.
Yeah.
And so I'm up there very regularly. I'm writing a column now called REITS on the Street, which we just started. But so I'm writing a column on the website, as well as I'm doing more videos in addition to that. I've also written for Forbes and a few other online publications as well. I love the online publications because it's a good way for me to reach out to literally thousands of readers today. So about 2 months ago, Doug, I started a newsletter. Basically, I had a lot of readers ask me to build a newsletter product. So
right.
I launched that about 2 months ago, and it's going very well. And that newsletter is called The Intelligent REIT Investor, and that is you can find that on my website, which is The Intelligent REIT Investor as well. And we're selling that newsletter for $99 a year. It's based on we're focusing on individual investors and REITs today, and we've got a lot of good high quality information. I've got the August newsletters going out the first of next week.
Well, according to your website, and you've got some great fans on there. Donald Trump is one of them, saying your newsletter is a great source for investors today. Other top people in the business world, but $99 sounds like a big bargain, sir. So what is your website one more time?
Sure, it's www.theintelligentreinvestor. And again, we'll focus every month on a sector. I have one section called the Blue Chip REIT of the Month. So there's quite a few what I consider blue chip REITs as well. Okay,
and again, tell us about your trip to New York.
Sure. Yesterday I had my fourth or fifth meeting with Donald Trump.
Wow.
And it was an amazing time. It seems like every time I go up there, I learn so much, and that's really what I enjoy with my relationship with Mr. Trump. He certainly has mastered the real estate world. He's now, he's beyond a U.S. brand. He's a global brand. He was actually in the process, when I saw him yesterday, of closing a pretty sizable deal. Very, very active in real estate. And, you've probably seen some of the articles that I've written on some of his projects as well.
Well, that's excellent. Any kind of tip of the week that you want to tell our listeners?
Sure. I think we're seeing a lot of earnings coming out this week. That's what I'll be busy doing today is checking on some earnings. But overall, REITs have performed very, very well. And specifically, one sector that I'm writing about a lot, which is really my wheelhouse, is this single tenant of the triple net sector. We've seen Realty Income came out with their earnings earlier in the week. National Retail Properties, WP Carey, I think, is coming out today or next week. But you're seeing a lot of growth, an enormous amount of growth in that sector. And that's really what's driving these companies today is the external growth and the amount of acquisitions that we're seeing in the marketplace today. Realty Income sourced $15 billion of assets in the second quarter. They closed on around just under $800 million. And that really drives the stock growth. So some of those names that I enjoy writing about, Realty Income, National Retail Properties, WP Carey, American Realty Capital Properties, their earnings are out next week.
Mm-hmm.
So those companies I would really, if I had to pick one sector for an investor to own in a portfolio, I would say the triple net sector. It provides a very safe, these are long-term contractual leases. So it's a very safe asset sector, and you're seeing just a significant growth today.
Brad, I appreciate the tip. Give us your website one more time.
Sure, www.theintelligentreinvestor.
Very good. Hey, thank you, sir. And again, people, buy that subscription. Great value. And Brad, thank you so much for being on the show again.
You bet. I enjoyed it. We'll talk to you next time.
You bet. Bye-bye now. All right. That was Brad Thomas, CEO of the Intelligent REIT Investor. I thank you all for listening. We will be back next week, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye-bye.